Hello guys, this is KTV Vlogs or TVZ Production as I'm back doing another video on my channel here. As you see by the title, of course, as of today, we're going to be talking about basically about the stuff that has been leaked for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I know I said I wasn't going to make another video about Sparking Zero, but I had to talk about this because the whole community is basically just so imbecile, like so hypocritical, if you ask me. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. And as I realize, it's just so sad you see these guys basically getting mad about them showing stuff that basically was already confirmed and was already has to be there. And so we're going to talk about that today. This video, it won't be long. I say it can be about, say, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So that's how long I want this video to be. So let's dive in. So actually, as recently as the last video I ever done on my channel was the Sparking Zero community, of course. That was, I think that was on the 9th. And as in that video, before I did that, I think I did the video the week prior, and that was before they showed the Majin Buu Saga trailer. So at the time, as I was recording that video, the Majin Buu Saga trailer had already came out. So as now, since it's kind of crazy because when that trailer dropped, everybody kept begging them to make another trailer. I mean, all of them, like President Rose, Critical Fox, Sir X, Mike Horfunny, hell, Solo Plays. I mean, a whole bunch of people. So it kind of makes sense. Most of them actually got like dumbfounded about what was shown in that trailer. And we all know what it was. GT. So actually, when that happened, a lot of them wanted Dragon Ball Super, get it, Super to be shown, but they basically was like, "Huh? What? I thought it was DLC." And you gotta realize, a game without GT and a game without Dragon Ball or the Z movies, this won't be a good game. That's like me removing something that's there that's supposed to be there. So yeah, so it basically that's how it started. But what was crazy about it after the GT trailer, uh, later in the day or following like late at night, they say like after midnight, I think people, someone leaked half the character roster. And so when that happened, all these guys, oh my god, why they do this to us? And I mean, President Rose, there's a live stream right now of President Rose crying. I left my ass off when I saw that whole shit. I was like, why are you sitting here crying about somebody showing you something? And then then I'm thinking in my head like, ain't that what you've been trying to do this whole entire time? Every time they show a B jump scan or a screenshot image or something, you guys are like this. Today, guys, there's some new content, bro. Watch the video, but get to end, bro. This is new content for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Bro, you won't miss it, bro. And I think right now, I think he made an interview with, I think voice actor. I think it is Cell. I think, but other than that, I'm not really watching his channel now because I was looking at the channel when I did the community video, the last video I did, because this guy's so and like I said, everything he say is like delusional, bro, delusional, bro. I mean, if you guys look at all those guys, they're all delusional. Every single one of them are. I mean, it's I was like, why y'all? What's wrong with you guys? And that tells me then they never were Dragon Ball fans. They never were. Half of them wasn't because they not. So basically, after all that happened with all the leaks, basically confirming the Z movies and basically confirming Dragon Ball is in the game, as some people were kind of disappointed that the pre-order character is actually Daima Goku. And I'm like, well, I guess that proof told me then. I guess they are going to make chibi characters. So, to be honest, what did y'all expect? Oh, that was all the reaction. Like, uh, the game ain't hype anymore, bro. It's delusional, bro. The, and then now this is what got me. If you didn't mind people leaking something, why are you crying about people leaking something? Can you guys get that? If I don't like nobody leaking or showing me something, and you sitting here saying you don't mind leaking something, what's the point of you getting? What's the point of you crying about it if you're going to do the same thing? I thought when you showing the images, showing images of the character's costume or whatever, or you seen the characters in the B jump scan. Ain't that what you were doing the whole entire time, all this time, throughout all the months, lying about stuff? Then you realize, they all say, bro, they all say, bro, the movie characters, they all say, bro, DTs, they all say, bro. Because see, they all thought Super was the next trailer after the Majin Buu saga. And we know what comes after the Majin Buu saga. We know that's where Dragon Ball Z ended. Y'all know that. That's why they basically got it correct. Because I guess the developers knew that they know that Super is not connected to Z. They know it's all made up. And that's how I realized somebody probably at the developers probably knew what people would want it, what comes after Dragon Ball Z. And we know what comes after Dragon Ball Z is not Dragon Ball Super. So you know that's a lie. See, Super is ruining the end of Z and basically ignoring end of Z. See, GT is the actual right next story to the Dragon Ball story coming after Z. So GT is basically part of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, not Super. See, Super is basically the made up stuff that does not make no sense. It doesn't connect to Z. It's basically like a whole freaking alter reality of something that don't exist. I mean, if you see Frieza walk around thinking he's a Super Saiyan now, then there's something wrong with that. I thought he was scared of a Super Saiyan. And then last time I checked, I didn't know Super Saiyan could be blue. And everybody can turn Kaioken now. Oh Lord. But see, that's the point there, because that's what I realize, how so dumbfounded they are. Thought that Dragon Ball Super's next, bro. Dragon Ball Super's next, bro. I hope it's next, bro. I was able to say, bro. I know I'm not tweaking. Am I tweaking? I mean, yeah, it was just crazy. That's how I was looking at that. It was just so stupid. But that's how I realized it was just sad to see people do see their reactions, because I'm like, why you say that they ruined the hype for this game? And I realized there's something that I just noticed this. June Fujirami did a interview, and see, what I'll tell you guys here, President Rose or none of those guys really did not read the interview. They just scroll through it and try to look at the one specific thing saying about are the GT characters and Dragon Ball characters are in the game, and basically just use that one phrase from the interview and saying like the characters are going to be DLC and all this stuff. And how ironically of this, Jim Federani said it himself that you would know all the characters before the launch of the game. So, my idea of this, I think that Bandai in Japan leak the video clips of the roster. So, you can't sit there and say it was somebody here in America that leaked the roster, because it's not. It's in Japan. It's not in America. So you crying about somebody leaking something, Bandai leaked the roster. So that means you shouldn't be complaining and crying, because he said it himself. He said that you guys would know the characters before the launch of the game. And is the game coming out next month? Yes. So you shouldn't be crying about that. I mean, there's nothing to be hype about no more. If we know there's more characters in the game, and I don't think it's going to be, like I said, the whole number of you guys saying 164, basically what you guys came up with. And I know it's not 164. I looked at that whole roster hexagon. It's not the full roster. I realized that because I look at the arrows on the side of it, on each side of the hexagon shape of the characters. And I noticed it. There's one arrow right here, one arrow the other way, one up and one down. So it's possible there's more characters than 164. So I'm thinking it's going to be 100. I think, in my this is my prediction. I think it's going to be over 200 characters, because, as we know, all the main movie villains are confirmed for the for the movies for this game. So all of them are there. So Dragon Ball has to be there too, because Kid Goku's in the game. And my other knowledge about this is of them talking about is 17, Super Android 17. And I have to say, I believe when you play in this game and when you play in the story mode, you might unlock just the arc of the Super 17 saga in the game. And maybe you might unlock him throughout the story mode. Maybe you will unlock characters while you're playing the story mode, or the episode battle, whatever like that, any of that stuff. I believe that when you play the story mode, you probably will unlock characters along the way as you're playing. So it's possible that is probably over 200 characters, plus the DLC. They say it's 20 characters for each DLC, whatever's DLC pack. I don't know what's DLC 3 because you only know the first two DLC. That's unless the Saga is part of the DLC. But other than that, that's how I realize how people can't see that because I know it's more than 164 characters. I say it's almost over 200 characters. I have to say that's a kind of good for a roster for a Dragon Ball game, and that's actually true. But in reality, as I look at it, I don't think it'll out top Tekkaichi 3 because, yeah. So I don't think it'll out top Tekkaichi 3 because it can't. Because it's Tekkaichi 3 is still the best Dragon Ball game. And the roster to me was kind of awesome to have. Even so, there were characters missing from the roster. I say it was like some of Bojack's henchmen was missing. You only had Zanya. Fasha was the only Saiyan character from Bardock's team that was in the game. And Cooler's Armor Squad was missing. The other two characters were. Then I think it was that and Cool. I think it was Turles minions and Garlic Junior's minions. Half of those guys half of them were missing. So maybe we might get those characters. I always thought that they could add those characters to the game. That it would be cool if they do. I kind of think it would happen, but we'll have to see. But like I said, I say to myself, it's more characters. I say it's 200 characters tops. And I think the roster would be big. But the whole DLC thing, I can kind of see the superhero being one DLC and the diamond probably be DLC 2 and DLC 3. That's what I believe. Because superhero, I can already see who are the characters that are going to have. Like, maybe we might get, like, what, 4 Gohans, 3 Piccolos, that's 7. Uh, Pan, that's 8. And I think we're going to get Cell Max. Like say, and but they're saying 20, so it's probably more because I know the gammas are there, so it's possible we'll get probably we'll get Pan, and we will probably get the Cell Max, and I know the gammas are in, so it might be about 10, or I can say it could be more, probably about 11 or 12. They might add Goten and Trunks. You never know. But for the Diamond Show, I don't know yet about what characters are for that show. And besides, like I said, I'm not really that hype for the show as to some people on YouTube are doing. But I heard, like I said, I think Geethan was trying to leak the show. See, like I said, it's always somebody out there trying to do the same crap, and that's basically true. They can't complain about someone else doing it, but you realize you're trying to do the same thing too. Then it's not right, bro. It's not right, bro. They're trying to leak the game, bro. They ruined the hype, bro. JT ruined the hype, bro. They leaked the game. They leaked the roster, bro. It's delusional, bro. Delusional, bro. Did you guys watch that person in Rose line scream? It's just so sad. Like he could just sit there and say that shit. I mean, like it's just so sad. Every time I remember that, I'm like, why the hell are you crying about them leaking something? That's what you're doing right now. Every time they post a picture or a video clip of a gameplay of the game, then you just saying this is brand new content, and I'm like, this is not brand new. I mean, even showing content of the of I think the fights and stuff. And it's funny how one of the videos that he deleted it was the actual video of him looking at the roster, and that's how I realized how sad that is because how you gonna complain about somebody else leaking the roster and you're looking at it? But it's delusional. It's delusional. So the last part of this I'll talk about, of course, is yeah, perfection. Basically, it's basically making a whole bunch of videos of basically kind of hating on the fact at the same time keep crying about the female characters that he wanted so much in the game. And I kind of realized that I know they're in the game because I mean, if you have the whole Broly superhero Broly as a deal pre-order bonus, maybe Chilai is in the game. Who knows? Maybe the what else of that, and maybe Bardock fought Goku because Bardock is actually already in the game, so it kind of makes sense. He probably will be there. So Basha probably will be in the game. And then the other Pride Trooper, I think is the Pride Trooper for Universe 11. I think she's in the game too. It's possible they probably will add all of them because they did not show everybody. That's what these guys keep thinking like, oh, this ain't the full roster. How this could be the full roster? It can't be the full roster, bro. It's not the full roster. They didn't show every single character. And besides, like I said, the game is not finalized yet. And then when the game does come out, you would know who are in the game and who are not. And so you can't be. I can't really wait this long. October needs to come here so fast, bro. I'm hyped for this game, bro. It just it's just so ridiculous. I mean, completely ridiculous. So, like I said, for perfection, like I said, it's just sad of him doing that. But in reality, like there's stuff that I do agree with what he's talking about, and there's things that I don't agree with what he's talking about. And so, as I realize what he's doing and stuff about the game and all that, yeah, yeah, he's hating on the game, doing all that shit. Kind of makes sense to what you guys actually do, because that's all y'all do. Because once this game comes out, 4 months after the game come out, then you start complaining. The game is this. The game is garbage. The game is trash. The game is freezing. The game is glitching. The graphics, and all this stuff, and it just watch this actually will happen. I'm not lying about that because that's what they do for every single game. They did the same thing with the Naruto game, the One Piece game, the One Punch Man game, My Hero Academia game, the Bleach game back in the day. Now for the upcoming Bleach game they're coming out with, half of those guys basically saying that game is not gonna be great and all this stuff, and act like Sparking Zero is gonna be the top game. And to be honest, it's still not better than Tekkaichi 3. And like some people will say, "You're just nostalgia of that game. You're nostalgia." Actually, no, because I realize those older games always more fun, and they are better than these later Dragon Ball games of today, because they are. Tenkaichi 3 is better than Rage and Blast. It might improve on the looks, but the gameplay wise, no. That's all Rage and Blast was. And then plus, not having Dragon Ball or GT or in the game, that's why it flopped. Ultimate Tenkaichi basically could have been the Budokai Tenkaichi 4 game with the better with the almost anime graphics in some cases. Yes, almost. But it improved on it more, and plus, the whole idea you can create your own character would have been pretty cool for the Budokai Tenkaichi games. And I kind of wish they could have followed that for the game. Okay, Battle Z, I never really played Battle Z, so to me, I know it was probably fun having three people fighting against the other three people, and it was kind of a cool idea. But other than that, I never played the game at all. I never did. Xenoverse, basically the original creators of the original Budokai series, are is basically you create your own character and do all of that, and basically go around the world and go through timelines of the original Dragon Ball Z game. And then, yeah, we have a couple of the movies, a little of the movies, not all of them. And we have the different timelines and different multiversal things happen in the story. Same with Xenoverse 2. Xenoverse 2 basically improved over the first game, and that's basically why today is still going strong. Besides the people sitting there saying, "This game's gonna be dead when Talking Zero comes out. The game's gonna be dead." And I'm like, yeah, like that would happen. I mean, Kakarot came out, Xenoverse 2 is still being played by almost 200,000 people, 400,000 people online. Steam, PlayStation, hell, and Xbox. And he's even on the PlayStation 5. And people are still playing it till this very day. So what you're talking about. And it still has more sales. Fire Z, I didn't really play it that much, like I said. But as I realized it did not do it's not like it's just a game that basically tried to have it like it's a Marvel versus Capcom game. And that's basically what they was trying to do with that game. But anyway, so right now it's not really relevant. It's actually like you just see it over there. It's there. I see it. Then of course Kakarot, of course, the whole idea, the whole traveling the world of the Dragon Ball universe, basically. Kind of sad that you had to buy DLC for story arcs that's supposed to have been already in the game. Like the 23rd martial arts tournament, the history of Trunks, Bardock, Father Goku. Like, that was just stupid in every way. Like that's supposed to have been already in the game. That's so redundant. So, like I said, for me, I didn't really play it that much. I only played the Sand Saga, and that was it. But after that, I didn't really care for the game. After that, it makes sense. I didn't really care for it at all. Okay, as a Dragon Ball Breakers, never played that game, but as I heard of it, is that some people actually say it's actually pretty fun, and kind of like that is associated with Xenoverse 2. And like I said, like if Dragon Ball Breakers is still standing, Xenoverse 2 is the foundation of that game. So as I realized, as these guys say, it's gonna crash when Sparking Zero come out. Nobody's not gonna be playing Zippers 2 anymore. It's gonna crash, bro. This game's gonna beat all the games of the year, bro. And speaking of that, I don't think it would do that. And we know what's gonna come out next month. Call of Duty, they've got the Sonic game, all of that. Come on. Mm-mm. I'd rather play Call of Duty than sitting here watching fake Dragon Ball fans glazing over this game. Because it's just sad. In every way, it's just so sad. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video, talking about the leaks and all that stuff. And like I said, for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, yes, I will be getting the game. I will. And for the people that's sitting here crying about this game, it's pretty much sad in every way. Of them knowing the leaks now and knowing who's in the game. Knowing now is more than 164 characters. Because I told you it would be more. Because if they add those characters, it's going to be almost 200 characters. So I know those characters are there. So anyway, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. As my next episode, I will be talking about Fate File Die Enemies again, of course. There's actually have been a lot of more stuff happening in that side of YouTube, of course. Still hating on more combats. And then basically, I think he's trying to form an alliance with the guys that he was hating on, knowing the fact I like to see where this goes because I hope none of these guys get manipulated. Well, technically, one of them actually already did, and that's Mike Hollow. It's crazy. It's crazy. But like I said, stay tuned for that episode because that's gonna be a lot of fun. So, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And what you guys think of this about the leaks. And besides, yeah, Sparking Zero for me. I will be getting the game soon. So, see you guys next time, and peace.